Hello everybody, it's the 4th of February 2018 and I'm in Spain. Not so sunny Spain today, but at least it's not snowing like it is for many of you. I want to talk today about the upcoming NLP trainings which I'll be doing in Dubai in less than 2 weeks' time. It'll be 2 weekends, the last 2 weekends of February, and I'll be doing it again in March in Kuala Lumpur, and I believe maybe in Penang as well. And then I'll be doing the Masters program, the Coach program for NLP, and in April I'll be doing the Masters program and the Coach program in Dubai. Some people have asked me what is involved in the first course, which is the NLP, the basic course, the practitioner course, which the same as you'll find in any basic practitioner course around the world. It's certified by the National Federation of Neuro-Linguistic Programming in the United States, Dr. Will Horton, and I trained with him and with Richard Bandler back in the mid-1990s, and I did lots and lots of different practitioner courses. In those days, actually, there were no master's courses. So, and then later did master's training and coach training and became a trainer, I think 19 years ago. 20 or 19 years ago. I've trained a lot of people in Dubai, Oman, Lebanon, around the United States, around the world. So what will we be learning? You'll be learning a lot about your senses and how your senses link to your thinking and the words that come out, and how the words that you say indicate to you and to the others around you what's going on. Because if you think about it, when our brain was first formed, we didn't have language. We'd had a few grunts or whatever, you know, if you're like somebody, I suppose you pull them by the hair to your cave. But we had lots of senses, and we sensed things, and we used all those senses, very much like animals do now. And then along came language, and language could never really express what we were feeling. And we often talk in metaphor. I feel like I'm going into a black hole, or oh, I feel as happy as a cloud, or whatever, because words couldn't satisfy a feeling totally. And very often we misunderstand. So if somebody says, I feel depressed, you think depressed is like you feel depressed. Now, most people have not actually been depressed. They've been sad, but not depressed. So we make all these deletions, we make distortions, we make generalizations. So it's about looking beyond that and asking questions, what we call the meta model, to find out what really, really is happening. Right, as all the people that I can see that are logging on now are talking about what would you learn if you're on an NLP course with me. So that link between emotions and senses. People ask me, what's your definition of NLP? Because there are lots and lots of definitions of NLP. For me, it's the how-to of emotional intelligence. Emotional intelligence is a theory, and it's looking for techniques. It's looking for things that we can do in order to raise our emotional intelligence. And NLP gives you those techniques. For example, anchoring. We're all incredibly anchored to things, to routines, to places, to people. We anchored to situations in the past and repeat those behaviours according to how that behaviour appeared to satisfy us back then. So you learn about what we might call our negative emotions, or our positive emotions, negative anchors and positive anchors, and then how we can change our state, because it is possible. Every state has an opposing state. people talk about the law of attraction, but they forget there's a law of distraction as well. So it's about how you can actually move your state. You can change. Nothing is negative. It's there, protecting you and looking after you. Oh, hi, Rick. I hope you're well all the way down in Australia. And Claire, nice to see you. Hey, Tanya. You'll learn about the eye accessing cues. So how our eyes look in certain directions as we search for information. Information from the past, information for spelling, for example. I've had kids come in to do this NLP spelling cure with me. After 20 minutes, the mothers are looking at me gobsmacked because they say, my gosh, 2 years in special ed in the afternoons, and they're now spelling words backwards in 20 minutes because they've been learning from their conscious mind rather than from their subconscious mind using eye accessing cues. The same with the NLP math cure. How to help people who keep looking into the past on one side, how to help them to look into the future and see a brighter future by just using their eyes in a different way, or to search for feelings by looking down. Yes, it has been used, and I do teach Dubai Police NLP. It has been used for the spotting of a liar and things like that, if you've watched that movie about Would I Lie to You? You'll be learning about the 4 quadrants of emotional intelligence, which are interpersonal and intrapersonal skills. Intrapersonal skills are your self-awareness and self-management. Interpersonal are social awareness and relationship management, because it's about your relationship with yourself first, your self-awareness. A good relationship with yourself, self-awareness, means you can have a good relationship with others, your relationship management. Hi, Johan and Paul. Nice to see you here too. So we all want relationship management, and that's ultimately what you will get if you just come with that open mind on an NLP course. That mind that says, I want to change, and it would be nice to learn those skills and help others as well. In fact, we learn a lot of techniques that you can work, that we'll be working on. I do a model of that with a demo with one of the people on the course, and then people work in pairs, sometimes in 3s, working on those things like well, the first one we do is stepping into your excellence. Hello, Sue Peacock and Shuan. Oh, Shuan from Malaysia, hi. Shuan's one of my NLP graduates from many years ago, I think 15, 20 years ago. And stepping into your circle of excellence and how to use that. For example, that's modelled on Sir Laurence Olivier and what he did. Not many people know that he was terrified of going on the stage, although they thought of him as the best actor ever. And he used to step into his circle of excellence, feel it with all his senses, and just walk onto stage. We'll learn things like the new behaviour generator, again, a way of modelling people that are excellent at the things that you want to do, so you can have new behaviours. In fact, tomorrow I'm seeing someone who has social phobia, and I'll be using many of these techniques with her, just compounding them, compounding. And she'll be going out feeling great, able to meet more than 1 or 2 people in social situations. You'll learn a reparenting technique. We often anchor ourselves to our beliefs we had about our parents when we were young, when we expected so much of them. In fact, Richard Bandler often says it takes a lot of expectations to make a disappointment. It's so true. So I expected so much of my parents that they disappointed me. And now I feel that resentment all my life. You can get rid of that feeling. You can start to understand how they made the decisions that they did, and you can re-anchor that, a good feeling about them, and get to a better relationship with them, with that understanding. You'll learn, one of my favourites, the fast phobia cure. I really have hate to say this, but I've perfected it till I enjoy it so much, and the clients get so much out of that. I've helped people to get on planes and trains, to face fearsome spiders, and get rid of fear of snakes, which I used to have actually, until the point where I could see a kite in Malaysia once go across the road and not have that fear. Just say, oh, it's a kite. That's not such a nice one. It's one of the most poisonous snakes in the world, but it's going that way. It's going away from me. But I've also swam in wadis in Oman with water snakes, and been okay, because I realise they're more scared than I am. I'm a lot bigger, and it's a bit scary. I'm talking about NLP, Angela, and how I'll be teaching it in Dubai in just under 2 weeks' time, and in Malaysia next month as well. Yeah, so back to snakes. I mean, I was so terrified of snakes that when I thought once of emigrating to Australia, oh no, I can't go there because they have a lot of snakes, but I overcame it. Again, with NLP, fast phobia cure thinking. All of these you can apply to yourself after a basic practitioner course, and you could possibly start doing them with other people, because one of the things we do also is during the course is build up your self-belief, build up your self-esteem. Another one of my graduates there, hi Manthi, in yourself. Hi Lorna, good to see you too, and Tarek. What we'll do on the last, usually the last day or the second to last day, because I'm very fluid and flexible in the way I teach. I don't just go from page to page. It's according to what happens on the course and the needs of the people. And I often throw in some things from other areas that they need or want on that course. Hello, Karen. And we'll learn, the 6-step reframe, another one. If you've heard of parts therapy, it's a kind of parts therapy. To me, it's one of the ultimate parts therapy. Very simple to do, and you talk to the parts of you that have good intentions in behaving the way they do, because we are our good intention. We're not our behaviour. I get so sad when I see parents or people saying, oh, you are stupid because you did this, or you are stupid because of that, as if A equals B. Well, it doesn't. You're not stupid because you've lost your keys. It's just a momentary thing. But if you start to talk to yourself that way and believe that about yourself because of this behaviour that you occasionally do, that's a huge generalisation, and you've deleted a lot of information and distorted all the times when you could find your keys. So I love doing a 6-step reframe and talking to that part of the brain, that part of the mind, and using what we call idiomatic responses with your fingers, with a yes, no, to talk directly to the subconscious, because you will be learning what these phrases mean. What is the subconscious? What is the unconscious? The conscious? Maybe even there's a superconscious, a super duper. I mean, in the end, they're all labels, and you'll start to understand what labeling means and how dangerous it can be, because again, we make those generalizations. On the last day, we'll be doing some timelining. We start with kinesthetic timeline, because not everybody's visual. In fact, you'll be learning about, are you visual, auditory, kinesthetic person? How can you enhance those senses? How can you become more of a taster or a smeller, become more visual? But the kinesthetic timeline, you walk it, you feel it. And strange things sometimes happen on the timeline. In the Master's Programme, there's a lot of timelining, a lot of logical levels, and taking all of that work that we do even further. So I see a few likes, a few... Yeah, Manjit. Hi, Manjit. Nice to see you here. And Katali. Nice. I guess it will be possible for me to see if you put some questions up here. It would be nice to see some questions if you have them, if you think you'd be able to come and join my course in Dubai, which is the last two Fridays and Saturdays of this month. And for my schedule for Malaysia, which is getting packed with a lot more things each and every day, with some corporate work and some free talks I'm giving for the Cancer Society there and things like that. If you look at hypnodonticsworld.com, my schedule is there under training dates. Yes, I will be teaching hypnodontics as well in Malaysia in March and in Dubai in April. Hypnodontics, by the way, is a whole lot more than just fear of dentists. That's the easiest thing we do. It's pain management, how to help people get rid of their bruxism and TMJ and gagging. Gagging is so prevalent. I used to gag on my toothbrush. I could hardly get through cleaning my teeth sometimes for gagging and vomiting, but it's fine now. Again, one of the reasons I got interested in working with dentists. Hi Mariana and Angela, nice to see you. I've been on for a while now. I didn't take the time when I started, but if there are any questions, would be nice to see some. Will you be teaching this in the US? The NLP, you've got lots and lots of good NLP trainers there. Tell us what and where you'll be teaching in the US. Well, I won't be teaching NLP, but I will be teaching at the National Guild of Hypnotists convention. I'll be teaching the Broken Heart Cure, I think. I'll be doing, I'm giving a 1-hour presentation on hypnodontics and a 2-day training called From Relationships to Elationships. For relationships to become elationships, they have to go through real relationships. And the work that I do in relationship counselling and using NLP and hypnotherapy to help couples in all sorts of areas, from nagging behaviours, from irritating behaviours to sexual behaviours. They're all just patterns, expectations and things like that. At the Hypno Thoughts, I'll be teaching a 3-day course on emotional intelligence and how to use your emotional intelligence certifications to get into the medical field. I'll be co-teaching that with one of my graduates, Amber Rose, who actually did the training in emotional intelligence coach with me a couple of years ago and got a job with a huge hospital chain, and she's so happy working with the staff and with the patients there, using her NLP and using her hypnotherapy. I think from there, or in between, I'll be in Canada. I've been invited to Vancouver and I'll be teaching hypnodontics, and possibly, it seems, if Joanne and Edie and I can coordinate dates and times, that I'll be in Toronto. That's hypnodontics. Yes, in Belgium as well, and possibly in UK in May, and Ukraine later in the year, and Australia. So, any questions? Any more? Jordan, hello. And Christina, my wonderful Christina. If you want to find anything out about my courses, you can contact both Christina and I on hypnoberyl@gmail.com. She is, I'm not me just because of me. I have a great lady behind me. She's my detail-oriented person. I'm the big picture person. And I always say, Christina, you make me look good. So thank you for joining us, Christina. Any more questions? I'm just looking down. Oh, I missed the beginning. Where will I be teaching? I think I've just covered that. Just a lot of people watching. Joanne. Oh, hi, Joanne. Anything else that anybody would like to know about NLP? Well, I guess we're coming to the end. And you can always post questions later or contact me on hypnobarrel@gmail.com. And see you in Dubai or Malaysia in the next coming months, or in the months after that in Belgium, UK, Ukraine, or Australia, America, Canada. Thank you for being with me and giving me your time. It's the most precious thing we have, is our time. I guess at my age I have less time left than many of you. But I'm determined that my time on this earth is going to be fun and fabulous. I hope you have a fun and fabulous rest of your day, evening, or whatever. And signing off now. Goodbye.